Hello everyone. So we'll be starting with the second practical, and name of the second practical is building a time lapse camera capture. So in this practical, what we will be doing is we'll be connecting to a Raspberry Pi. We'll be connecting a Raspberry Pi camera module, and then what we will be doing is firstly we need to capture the frames. Means the camera is reading the frames. Frame is the images, right? The camera is recording some images, right? So what we are doing, we are capturing those frames, and we will store them inside a folder. Okay, time lapse means we are taking count, like we are storing the frames, like in a sequence, right? And then there will be a second set of a code which will be used for creating a video from the stored frames. Okay, that's what we will be doing in the practical number 2. So let's start with that. Again, we'll be connecting our Raspberry Pi. Okay, hope so this is visible. Ls, and we have stored the practicals inside kjprax. Click on that. ls cd practical number 2, and click on work on. by3 cd4. Okay, so before jumping into the execution, before starting with the execution, what we will be doing is we'll see what is there in the code, right? So let's go visit this directory, kjprax, time lapse. So you can see there are two files. There are two files. The first file will do what? The first file will capture. So now in this directory, you can see in this directory there are just two Python files. Okay, and we will see after executing the code what kind of things are there inside this folder. So what we will be doing. So there are two files. The first file will do what? The first file will read the frames, that is the camera images, and will store them inside this directory. Now there is no folder, so that will create a folder first. If the directory is not present, it will create a directory, and then in that directory, means in that folder, it will store all the images. And then the second set of code will do what? Will this this code will use that directory, use the stored images, and will create a video from that. Okay, so let's see what is there in this code. So for the usage of this practical, you can see the usage is given over here. This is what you're supposed to type on the command line argument, and you can see the code over here. So we know that the video stream class we are using in order to extract the frames, and it is stored inside a iml package. We need date and time because to do the time lapse we will be needing this. Argument parser is one of the important functionality. If you like, normally we execute the code by writing like Python and the name of the file, but if you want to give like additional inputs, like the way in which the execution should be done, so we can use something called as a argparse argument. Okay, so then we are giving signal, time for time lapse, then cv2 system, and we are using os for creating the directory. Okay, so we are defining a function, and we are giving a sign. Why we're giving this is because when we are pressing Control C, it means what? That your pictures are saved in the directory that you have specified, right? So we are using a arg parser, argument parser, because we will be specifying. We can specify some different types of at the command line, we can specify some kind of inputs over there. So zero, that is, this is for output, like the output directory. If the output directory is not there, it will create output directory over there. Then we need to specify the delay, like the amount of delay we need, right? If you're not specifying that, then it will consider as default as 5.0. And this is for displaying the frames, whether we want to display the frames or not. The default is 0 because we do not want to display the frames. Okay, the output directory, if the output directory is there, it will just store the frames with respect to this year, month and date format. And if it is not there, it will just create a directory over there. Okay, and then we are just specifying the camera, that is the camera is warming up. And then we are using a video stream. It is a class. We are specifying the use by camera, true resolution is this. And then we are mentioning the count. From here our time lapse will start, and we will be counting the number of frames that we will be reading. We are giving a signal because the signal function that control C or Q, or if the camera is not there, we can specify that. Then we are reading a while loop here. We are reading each frames, and then we are specifying the time, and this format is given over here. And we need to put a text inside that, so the frame and the font size will be given using the CV2 function over here. And the files will be stored in this format. Then the first, the files will have the time and the date, and then .jpg. It will be stored, it will be written. That means the file, we are reading the files from the frame, and then we are writing up the file. So for writing, means for storing the frames, there is a method in CV2, that is IAmWrite method. And where we are storing this, so we are storing this in the output directory, which is being created by us over here, right? Output directory, it's over here, right? So it will store all the frames inside that. And the IAmShow function, that if you want to show the IAmShow function, it will be shown in this, and under this frame. And the other things are same, like we are counting the loop here. And once we are done with this, we just need to shut down, and we need to destroy the window. Okay, let's run this and see. So in order to run this, just type Python, and then the just ls and Python capture timelapse frame. First we need to specify the output, then where the output will be stored, slash images. We'll be specifying the delay as 2, just enter. Let's press Q here. Okay, so we can see these are the images that are being captured by the camera. So we can see this, right? Interesting, right? Now what we will be doing is, we will be once you are done with this, once you have got the once you are once we have got this output here, right? Once we got the output here, right? We got this time lapse, right? So then what we can do, what we need to create the we're supposed to create the video from the image files, right? So in order to create the video from the image file, what we are supposed to do is just I need to execute the second file, which will read this image file and will create a video from it. Okay, let's see how it is done. So firstly, we need to see what is there in the code, right? Okay, so this is a usage. We are specifying the FPS of the video. Then again, we are using the same multis package. Then the progress bar to see whether how this processing is being done. Then our pass argument, the CV2, OS same packages. Then we are providing the image path, and because the image path will can have multiple folders, but we closed it, so we just have one folder inside that. But if we have multiple folders, it will get all the frames from those folders and will create. Again, we need to provide the input directory, the output will be presented in, and the FPS is by default 30. Then in CV2, there is a this is a mpg, that is we are giving as a value, because it will be this is a parameter which tells the OpenCV, that is which type of encoder we are using, means whether we are this the encoder that we are using for creating the video is mjpg. Okay, and the method for that is a video writer, and this 4c FOURCC, it defines the type of encoder. Okay, so OpenCV has this function that we are using over here, method. And then we are specifying the image path where the list of images are there, and then the output file will be converted in the form of AVI. Okay, so we need to mention that the codec of AVI, and then the widgets for building the video and the progress bar will be shown you here. Using that, we are using a widget function for that. The image for when we are reading the image, we are reading each frames from this folder, and then we are kind of combining them with respect to the FPS to create a video. Once this is done, the video will be written, the images are written, and it is updated with respect to the progress bar here. And once it is done, we need to release the writer function, right? So let's run this and see. So first we need to provide is the input, uh, and then the input is stored inside the output folder, which has images, and we need to provide the name of the folder here. So in our case, it is 2025 02 18 52. center. Okay, sorry. Oh, we forgot to work on py3cv4 center, and then give this command here. Sorry, I just need to remove this thing. So you can see the progress bar, it is done, and we'll get out.